welcome to episode 24 of the Sunflower Girl podcast. So my name's Rachel. You can find me on Instagram as the Sunflower GRL, just go without the I, and on Ravelry as the Sunflower Girl. There is a group for the podcast, so if you head over to Ravelry, click on the groups tab and just search the Sunflower Girl podcast, it's all there. It'd be really great if you came and joined. So it's been a while since the last podcast and we are in a new location, which probably won't be the permanent location for this podcast, but at the moment things are a bit all over the place. So yeah, lots of stuff's been happening. Today is Monday the 24th of July. And yesterday was my birthday, so that was fun. I am recording this on the Monday, but I don't think this is going to get uploaded until probably Wednesday, because that's when our internet actually arrives. And I also just want to apologise if the lighting is terrible, because I just it's right near French doors, so the light might be a bit all over the place. So yeah, apologies for that if that's an issue, and hopefully by next time everything will be sorted and we'll have better lighting, a better location, all that kind of stuff. So with all that waffly bit out of the way, we'll jump right into works in progress. So I haven't been doing too much because of the move, really. So I've only got 3 works in progress this week that I've been actually working on, so I'll just show you those. So the first one is in here, and I think this is what I've worked on the least, really. Yeah, again, just from the market just to there. So I guess only 2 really. I'm not really sure where I've shown this, but yeah, these are coming along. They are very, very close, only a few rows away from putting the heel in. I think that's why I haven't worked on them too much, because I just didn't want to get to a point where I was having to put the heel in with the move and everything. And I've been working on some other stuff, but yeah, so just a tiny little bit, about 1 inch has been done on that, and it is King Cole zigzag and there's not a lot left. I can't remember the colourway. It was maybe Magic or Majestic or something similar to that. I'm not quite sure. And then I'm just using this blue that I got gifted, which I did have a label for and then it got lost with moving it. So yeah, that's the first work in progress. The second work in progress is in this, and I just thought I'd show you really quickly one of the little presents I got. So my dad bought me a little, I'm not sure if it's going to be it's going to focus on it very well, but it's a little Death Star pin, which is pretty cute, and it had to go in the Star Wars bag, obviously. So this is Dave's Regia socks. So it's this yarn, and it doesn't have a colourway name, it just has a number, which is 02461. And here's the sock. So as you can see, that's where I was last time. Has a little Christmas stitch marker on it, but I thought the red and the white matched. It's a little Christmas present, or well, yeah, I guess, but a present in general. But I thought the red and the white kind of matched. And this is how much I've done since last time, which is quite a lot. I think I've taken about 2 days to get here to here. We haven't had any internet, we've got no TV, we've got movies, and that's about it. So lots of knitting, as a contrast from last week when we were moving. So yeah, I just thought I'd get these going, and they are fabulous. I love this bit in the middle, just love that. Yeah, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and these are for Dave, as I think it was the last episode that I mentioned it, but I want to always have something on the needles for him, because then it stops me just making everything for myself, which is nice, but it's also nice to do things for other people. So yeah, not too much longer to do. I think with Dave's socks the toe is just a tiny bit longer, so I think usually I stop about here, but then the toe is a little bit longer than the actual leg. But yeah, I've been really enjoying them. It's been a comfort to just sit and knit on these when we haven't really had much else to do. But yeah, yeah, it's in Reggio, which I have left over, and he's got another ball that I'll probably start after this one. Yeah, so, and then the last work in progress is, just 1 second, I've just got everything piled on the sofa just right next to me, so if I'm just reaching across, I'm just grabbing everything. Oh, apologies if that was a really loud bang. So yeah, living in this, and it is my granny stripe blanket. So crochet hook. Now I need to try and find the stitch marker for where I was last week. So I think I've just it's on the inside, typical. Right. I'm going to just attempt to refold this so that we can see it. Bear with me. Right. Yes, perfect. So this is basically what I've been picking up on the night time right before bed. It's been living down the side of my bed, and I've just picked it up, done about a row or two, and then gone to sleep. So yeah, from last week you can see the marker there. That's how much I've done, and yeah, it's not too much, but the rows are quite long, and it's just been bedtime comfort crocheting, really. It's been quite nice. I really can't wait to get this done, and my nan and granddad came over yesterday, and my nan already wants one. So what I'm doing is any leftovers that aren't all going in here, because some of them are quite big amounts of leftovers, are going to be put away, and then I can make her and my granddad one. So yeah, I love it, and I think this purpley one is probably one of my favourites, and it feels really soft, and I think it was a singles, and it was 100% merino, and it's just so soft. But yeah, I feel like I've been putting since then all the autumnal colours in, and even here, just really wish that it was autumn instead of really, well, to be honest, we've been having lots of rain, and all on and off. So it's 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's raining, so this is so bad. And this is what I'm currently putting in, which I've just done the tiniest little bit there, so that's next. Again, autumnal colourway, but it reminds me of Boba Fett. And I actually have the tag for this. This was gifted to me, but this is a Ripple Crafts, it's a yarn club, so unfortunately we won't be able to get it, and the colourway is Northern Lights. I'm not sure if it'll be able to focus on that, but it feels so soft as well. It's 60% wool, 20% silk and 20% yak. Just lovely. I think it's really nice to get minis from other people, but then at the same time I always just want all of them, so I just want a full skein of this, and there's quite a few others that have been gifted, and I just want a sweater in this, a jumper or a cardigan in this. So it's nice, so you get to experience yarns that you probably wouldn't ever be able to have any other time, but then it just makes me want them all. So yeah, that's all the works in progress for this week, which unfortunately, well, since last week anyway, last podcast, which I think has been about 2 weeks now, but unfortunately we, as you know if you are a returning viewer, we moved house, and that we did that we officially got the keys last Friday, and we moved in Saturday, Sunday. We still have some things in the old place that we need to go and pick up, but the majority of our things are here, and it's just been sorting things out. We haven't had any internet or anything like that, and obviously I've been back and forth from this place to the old place to tidy up, make sure everything's sorted. So yeah, just got some tea in. This is probably one of my favourite mugs, and it is just a green tea. I'm not sure if it's got lemon in it. So I bought 2 boxes quite a while ago of green tea. I bought just plain green tea and green tea with lemon, and then had the genius idea to empty them both out into one big jar, but they were just the loose tea bags, not the packaged ones. So sometimes I get green tea with lemon, sometimes I just get green tea. So yeah, oh, it's good. So yeah, I just think we'll quickly move into finished objects, and I have one this week and I'm very excited to show you. So I finished the blueberry waffle socks, and I love them, and they've just been sitting on the blockers. I haven't whacked them or anything. I've just popped them on, and they are great. So I did them 2 at a time, but sort of separately, if that makes sense. So not on the same needle, on 2 separate needles, so I'd work the toe on this one, then the toe on this one, foot, and then the foot, and then heel, and then you get the idea. So this is where I was last week. I think the second sock was a little bit further down, but I just had the one mark on one sock. So that's where I was, and obviously I've completed all this. Unfortunately I didn't have enough of this lovely pinky purpley mauve colour, which is 5 fish yarns in the dusted mauve. I don't know how you say that, mauve. There you have it. Colourway to do the leg as well. So I did the heel in white, and then I just carried on. I think it looks really cute. And I was going to wear these yesterday for my birthday, but then I remembered that I wanted to podcast today, so I just thought, oh, I'll leave them for an extra day. Maybe I can wear them on Wednesday. Me and my nan are going for afternoon tea, so maybe I could wear these. I'm wearing heels. They're like a pinkish kind of. They're like quite a natural looking colour, and I'm just thinking, because I've got it's like a tea dress, and it comes just below my knees, and I've got a petticoat, and I'm just thinking this cute little white part peeking out of the heels might look really cute. I might try it and see how it looks, but I just love them. So yeah, that's the only finished object. I'll just quickly take it off. Ooh. I think the only thing I don't like is because the Fish Lips Kiss heel, it doesn't fit nicely on the blocker, which is obviously the heel, not the blocker. But yeah, so yeah, this is the lovely sock. I love it. And then I did a stretchy bind off, and so the battery on the camera ran out, so I needed to charge it. So I went and had some mac and cheese, finished my cup of tea, and hopefully now we can finish off the podcast. So it cut off, and I'm not quite sure where it was at. I know I'd been showing these. I'm pretty sure it got most of it in. But yeah, so these are all finished, and these are the blueberry waffle socks. And I obviously just altered the stitch count so that they were for fingering weight socks. Because I think it's worsted or DK that, I think it's worsted that the pattern is designed for. But yeah, I really love them, and I can't wait to wear them. And lots more socks are going to be knit in this pattern now. And yeah, I did these toe up, and that, I think that's now my preferred method. With socks, my preferred method is also DPNs, which I need to get some more pairs of because I only have the one set in my size and the one set in Dave's, which is convenient, but yeah. So I finished pair of socks, and that's all the works in progress for this week. Not bad. So yeah, I just thought that I would quickly mention a book that I was given for my birthday. So this is called The Power, and it's by Naomi Alderman. And I hadn't actually heard of this book until I was gifted it. So from what I can gather, because I haven't started reading it just yet, is women superheroes, essentially. Women find out they have superpowers, and how that affects the world. So on the back it's got just a little blurb, and it just says, all over the world women are discovering they have the power. With a flick of the fingers they can inflict terrible pain, even death. Suddenly every man on the planet finds they've lost control. The day of the girls has arrived, but where will it end? And that just sounds amazing. And yeah, it won it says Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction 2017, and also Margaret Atwood said it's good. And if Margaret Atwood said it's good, then it's amazing and it's worth a read. So this is probably the next book that I'm going to be reading. I am still listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks. I'm on the final book now, So hopefully once I've finished those, I can start reading this, because now I have a bit of a commute to work on the bus. So I can take a book to read on the way. Because I usually take my Kindle to work, but now I can read on the bus as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. And if any of you guys have read it, let me know what you thought. And yeah, I will let you know once I've finished it and whether I recommend it. Obviously I have my Goodreads profile, which I usually link in the Ravelry show notes, so if you'd like to know a bit more about what I'm reading, it's right there and you can come and send me a friend's request. I did have a goal of reading 100 books in the year, and then I realised 100 books is just a little bit too much for me right now, because of a lot of things happening. I just thought 100 books was a little bit too much pressure, and I didn't want to pressure myself into reading and it becoming a chore, because I'm just doing it to try and read a little bit more, because I haven't been doing it as much recently. So I changed my goal to 55. I think I've read about 20, so I am a little bit behind schedule, but again, if I don't complete my goal, then that's fine. It is just to try and push myself to read just that little bit more than I have been, and then next year if I get my goal, and then once I've got my goal I could just increase it. But I didn't want to put my goal as something too silly that it was obvious that I would get it, because then I wouldn't feel like I needed to push myself to read. So yeah, then I just wanted to quickly show some tea that I got before we move into the endy chattery bit. So I picked this up yesterday, and it is Golden Gingerbread Chai Latte, and it's by Twinings, and it smells like Christmas. Like, I wish you guys could smell this, because oh my goodness, it's glorious. If anybody in the UK or in the US, I'm not sure if you can get tea like Twinings in the US, but anyone in the UK, they're selling it at B&M, and you need to try this. I had one yesterday, so on the back it suggests that you have it with milk, frothy milk, and I did, and it was beautiful. And they come in these lovely, I think they are silk, they've got the lovely silk bags, and they just look so fancy. Honestly, this smells so good. I'm definitely going to be picking up a couple more, because I think they are new. It says new on there. I'm going to probably be stocking up on these, because I think my nan would enjoy these, and also a friend is coming over to try some hopefully this week or next week, so hopefully if she likes it I can pick up a pack or two for her as well. So yeah, that's all of that stuff for this week. I just thought I'd have a little bit of a chatter at the end. So we have moved house, as you can probably gather. I did post about it a little bit on Instagram, and we're so happy. We have quite a lot to do because it's unfurnished. I was lucky enough to be given some furniture from family members, so our living room is sorted. Have sofas, have the TV stand, we have a side table and some lamps and things like that. And we have a bed which my nan and granddad lovely paid for, which is ever so grateful for. But we don't currently have any wardrobes, any chest of drawers, anything like that. We have a couple of storage boxes, and a unit in the bedroom, but that is it. So hopefully this week we're going to go shopping and pick up some bedroom furniture. So I'm looking at those well, I'd say wardrobe, but not technically wardrobes. It's just like the poles, and you just hang your clothes on them. I'm thinking about getting 2 of those, one for me and one for Dave, and then getting either 1 or 2 chest of drawers, and then having our bedside tables at a later date when we can get those, for a lamp and a book and that kind of thing. That's a plan. And then we've still got the spare bedroom to think about. I want to put a chair in there, some storage for all my stash and yarny things, and hopefully that is where I'm going to be recording. And then on the other side of the room, Dave's going to have his desk and some shelving for his little things, and his computer and things like that. So yeah, it's quite a bit to do, but it's exciting. Yeah, we haven't had any internet since we moved in on Saturday last week, but you know, getting by. And yeah, it's coming on Wednesday, so hopefully this will be uploaded Wednesday on the night. As I did mention a little bit earlier in the episode, I am going for afternoon tea with my nan on Wednesday. So I might see if I can do a little bit of vlogging. I did try a little bit of vlogging one of the days last week when I was just in the house, just a little bit of bits and bobs just to see how it was. So I might try and do that on Wednesday, or at least get some video of what we're having and things like that, and I'll try and insert some photos, which would just be quite nice. Yeah, and obviously I had a birthday, which is nice. It was very quiet. We just stayed in. Because of the stress of moving everything and things like that, I just didn't really want to make a big fuss. So yeah, that's quite nice. We went to the cinema on Friday. We watched War for the Planet of the Apes, which was really, really good. Maybe I can rope Dave into recording a little thing with me about it. If you guys would like to see something like that, let me know, and hope maybe we can do that as a little side video, so it's not attached onto this, it's sort of in a separate playlist, something like that. But yeah, quite a bit has happened. I think I just feel like these weeks have just flown by. And then, you know, hopefully the podcast routine will be sorted as of next week when we're fully settled with our internet and everything like that. And yeah, I just wanted to have, just to quickly say, because I have had a few messages, you know, recently, some about a month or so ago, about my address and sending parcels, and obviously at the time I gave people the old address, and so I just want to quickly say, if you have had my address previously, and you sent something, or I gave you my address and you haven't sent anything out yet, if you were planning on it, just please get in touch with me, and obviously I can give the new address, because we can access the old address and get posts from there, but I'm just not quite sure how much longer we will be able to do that. So if you've already sent something, don't worry about it, because I'll be able to get it, but from when this episode goes up, please use the new address. So contact me if at any point you were thinking or have had my address, and at any point you're thinking of sending something, which I appreciate so much, and you don't have to, but I just wouldn't want any parcels to get lost or not delivered. So that's just a little side note. Yeah, obviously feel free to not send anything. If you have had my address, that's perfectly fine. I just thought I'd say that really quickly at the end. So yeah, I think that's everything for this episode, and I will hopefully be seeing you next week. There might be a little bit less than a week between this episode and next episode, because this episode will probably go live Wednesday, but then I will probably record and upload next Monday, because that's when I usually record and upload. So yeah, it will have been a week for me as of recording from the Monday, so hopefully there will just be just as much content. It won't sort of be any issues with that. So yeah, I think I've done enough waffling and chattering today, so I will leave it here. Have a wonderful week. I hope you do lots of knitting and sewing and crocheting, all the crafty things that you love. I hope the weather's lovely for you guys, and I will hopefully see you next week. Bye!